In part one, we were talking about how to make sure that you enjoy your first cruise, and how to make sure, specifically we were talking about how to make sure that you don't overpay for anything, that you make sure you know what you're paying for. And in part two, we're going to begin with, when in doubt, if you didn't sign for it or hand over cash, you don't have to pay for it. That's very simple. If you're drinking a drink, if you order a drink, you're going to be asked to sign for your drink. There, you know you've paid for it. You know it's going to be added to your account. If you did not sign or you did not hand over cash, you do not have to pay for it. Of course, we're going to ask ourselves, is it worth the money? And the answer on a cruise is no. It is not worth the money. Cruises are all about luxury, not value. You will pay $50 for a shave if you're a man, $70 or $80 for a haircut if you're a woman. Of course, that's not worth the money. Your shave or haircut is not going to be any better than it would have been at home. But you're on a cruise, and it's all about the luxury. Tipping is always optional. For your convenience, most tips are added to your shipboard account. And this really is a convenience. You don't have to worry about paying your tips for most cases. Your tip for your waiter in the dining room is added automatically, and your tip for your room steward is added automatically. Of course, I like to keep a little extra money aside. If my room steward did an exceptionally good job, $10 American is a lot more money to them than it is to me. If my waiter or assistant waiter did an exceptionally good job, $10 is a lot more money to them than it is to me. All other tipping are discretionary. If it's not added to your account, it's discretionary even if it is added to your account. Your $8 that you pay on your $80 haircut, you can say, no, I'm not going to pay it. I'm sure not very many people do. In cruise ships, cruise jobs rely a lot on their tips for their income. The only tricky one is the maitre d' tip at the end of the trip. It is customary, but there is no set amount. Some cruise lines have actually contacted American Express to find out what is a customary tip for a maitre d'. They said there's no customary amount. You will be handed an envelope. You will be asked to put money in this envelope. Of course, this is discretionary. You can put money in the envelope. You can not put money in the envelope. You can put $5, $10, $20, whatever you think is appropriate is appropriate. And finally, shore excursions. Shore excursions are something that you really ought to do. You ought to enjoy at least 1 or 2 shore excursions. Again, it's not worth the money. You're going to overpay. But if the shore excursion is something that you can't do otherwise, you can't swim with dolphins at home, particularly in Canada. You can't enjoy a stingray bar, particularly in Canada. I always take advantage of at least 1 or 2 shore excursions per trip. And I think that helps to add to the value and to the strong memories that I get from my cruises. This concludes my presentation. I hope this has been valuable for you. I hope if you're watching this presentation, you will enjoy your first cruise as much as I did. Thank you.